Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues, and I'm inside the crawl space of my house because Geekvolution told me to review a low budget movie or I'm going to be voted off who reviews the reviewer. So here we go. The movie I've chosen to review is the Ryan Reynolds 2010 movie Buried, and the plot is pretty simple. He's a truck driver in Iraq and he wakes up inside a coffin. That is the location of the film. There is one principal actor on screen, one location, and one set, and the set is the coffin. There were 7 coffins used in the movie. As you can tell, I'm a little claustrophobic myself. And the movie was shot over 17 days. The movie was also shot in sequence and in chronological order, so all the things that are happening to him are happening in real time. Ryan Reynolds also had said that he was somewhat claustrophobic and became claustrophobic himself doing the filming of this. Like I said, the plot of this movie is simple, that he wakes up in a coffin in Iraq and only has a cell phone to communicate with the outside world. Not to mention, the cell phone has a limited battery life and he is running out of oxygen. He figures it approximately about 90 minutes to an hour left of oxygen, and being in that type of confined space really sends fear and panic, and he has to learn to control his breathing while waiting on phone calls from the kidnappers demanding $5 million, or they're going to hurt his family, and being on hold with Homeland Security, and also his company telling them, we're working as best as we can, to inevitable outcome that the company is basically disowning him and firing him on the spot, saying, well, we can't be held liable if anything happens to you, if you have any complications. And that was a theme that really hit home, that the one place that he was hoping to find solace and some answers was the company that he's working for is leaving him out high to dry. And you hear the cell phone there. The cell phone, as we kind of go to black here, is a device that he has to really, really conserve his battery life to be able to communicate, and also frantically trying to reach the outside world. This was something that I thought was played with very well in the day and the age of cell phones, that my wife is number 2 on my speed dial, and if I was having to use somebody else's cell phone to communicate with her, would I remember her phone number? Would I remember to get to say all those things that I would so desperately need to say? I don't want to say too much about this movie. I think it's something you definitely need to go watch, as the big theme in this movie is just dealing with the loss of and lack of time, and having to realize that the job that you're doing and the thing that you're doing from your day to day, if you were put in that situation, how would you be able to handle everything? And are you able to make those last few minutes of your life, if you're able to know the end of your own life, mean anything and mean something to those around you? And to have to solely rely on somebody else was also another big theme. The movie had a budget of $3 million. It grossed $1 million in the US and made about $19 million outside. To give a rate of comparison, the Avengers had a budget of $220 million. The movie did not suffer anything for the lack of money. It used its money wisely, and the biggest thing for this movie that it had going for it was the story. It was well acted, well thought out, well plot, and well paced. I highly recommend it. As you're hearing the phone again, maybe that'll be the last time the phone rings. How will you answer to tell somebody that you love?